Hello, welcome to Under the First Floor Lo-Fi Podcast, shitty recordings of bands you should like. My name's David Settle, and on today's episode, we have Mesh, the new Philadelphia punk band signed to Born Yesterday Records. They just put out their first tape in the last couple of months, and they actually just played their first show like a week ago. But I was honored to have one of their first live recordings. I've been really just enamored with their tape for a while and was very excited to hear it all live, and they killed it, as you will soon find out. Yeah, without further ado, though, here is the first song called CIA Mind Control. Hope you enjoy.
I play drums.
I'm Sims, I play guitar and I sing.
I'm Allison, I play 12-string guitar and I also sing.
Tom plays bass.
Or someone want to give like a short history of the band or a story of Mesh?
Yeah, so I, Sims, and Allison and Steve just kind of like jammed some riffs that we had one day. Like maybe we had like 2 or 3 practices of just us jamming and kind of like, and then we had a little bit of time, like a break from that, and I went home and I took all the riffs that we played, and then I made 3 demos it was like I did everything on the demos, but they were like of riffs and song ideas that we had like already constructed, and then I just made them into songs the way that I heard them, and we kind of agreed that they were like decent sounding enough, and we just decided that was Mesh, and we went through like a litany of bad band names, and we asked Tom to play, and he said yes. We were like, he's probably gonna say no, but then he wasn't doing anything loser.
Yeah. I feel like we also, maybe I'm remembering wrong, but I feel like a little bit prior to you, me and Allison jamming, I had seen you post on Instagram that, like, I guess either like your drummer was moving away, or
Yeah.
like Dark Web was like transitioning out, and I was like, oh shit, like Sims has free time, like I have to hit this dude up and like
You had
try and play music with him.
Yeah, so
well, no,
Steve
I
and
just
I
saw
just-
that because I was like, I thought like, oh, like maybe either we can start a band, or like maybe he needs a new drummer for Dark Web, or like something. But I would love to play. I knew I wanted to play music with Sims, and then I saw that opportunity. I was like, oh shit, let's
True,
hit up
yeah.
Sims.
Yeah, I was like, we should start a new band, and then this is way long-winded. This isn't entertaining.
So y'all did play the one new song today. Have y'all been writing other new stuff, or was that the first?
Yeah. Some other songs.
Any new directions you're trying to go in, or just kind of like
just continuing to make songs that are catchy and fun, and like I'll write a song and then I'm just like really stoked on like what my bandmates are gonna do, because I know that like whatever the demo was that I sent them for the new song that we played with you today is like fucking pale in comparison to like what we played today with my friends playing their instruments really well on it. So if you listen to the demos and the tape, it's like the tape is so much cooler because they are on it.
I think one thing that we are looking forward to trying out is more dual vocal stuff between me and Sims. We've been talking about that. I love to sing. I don't think I'm a great singer yet, but I feel like it would be fun to try and get there. Yeah.
Me neither.
You're good.
So.
Yeah, I would say
in that room.
that maybe Allison and Sims are selling themselves short a little bit. I think they're both kind of like secret treasures, and they work really like the 12-string guitar with a 6-string, like it's sick, dude. Like there's
It's a great
infinite
combo.
possibilities that they're gonna unlock, I think.
you just gotta like reflect the 12-string and 6-string dynamic with your voices?
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know how
Well,
that works.
also the 12-string was something that was not an original component
Oh, really?
of Mesh.
No.
No, it was 2 6-strings, and then I think like
What
we
even
just
happened?
decided. We were like, I was like, I think we
hey,
were
this
like,
guitar's
what if
for
it was
sale.
12-string, like the second
Did
guitar?
you find like a?
And then you bought the guitar, and I got it off you.
Yeah, I bought the guitar and I bought it for you
Oh.
basically, and then you gave me the money like immediately. I never had the guitar,
Mm-hmm.
but it was like $100. I mean,
Yeah.
it's like it's a
cheap.
great guitar, but
Yeah.
you know,
Sounds great.
yeah,
It's a cool thing.
You see a 12-string for $100, you should buy it.
So, out of the songs you played today, which would be the whole tape and the new song, what are some people's favorite parts or songs or things they're stoked on?
I know what I'm proud of.
Go for it, please.
Oh, I like my first riff on the first song on the tape. Oh, we got the train. On CIA Mind Control. I'm proud of my little.
Hell yeah.
I just like it.
And it definitely makes this whole song, which what sparked my riff.
Yeah.
I was like, it was a call and answer sort of thing.
Yeah.
It was Allison wrote the riff, and I was just doing some dumb shit, and then I was like, what if I did something cool too? Which is like nice to have someone else there to like be like, have riffs, and then you're like, oh, I want riffs.
I like locking in at the end of your day with Steve.
Oh yeah, 100%.
And then let them have fun and go off.
Yeah, I feel like that's something we do well as a band or as like four musicians together. I would have to say like I'm definitely proud of the syncopated little beat and like Missing Link, with a little open hi-hats. I'm like, oh, okay. Like I don't know how I came up with that, but I'm glad I did.
My riffs and Missing Link, I feel like are best. And we didn't used to play them. I wrote them like in recording. And so like coming back and being able to like play that shit was like very not the opposite of a piece of shit.
A polished.
A piece of gold,
Yeah,
if you will.
go. Yeah. Nice. Did you play the whole tape?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, cool. It's out on Born Yesterday, right?
Yes.
Yeah, how did y'all get hooked up with them? That label is
Oh.
great.
Question.
I like this story.
Oh, cool.
So, just before the pandemic, I was going to book a show for, I actually did book a show for Stuck, which one of the members of Stuck started Born Yesterday with another person. And this was at Cousin Danny's. And so it was set for March. It was some show in March. And so we were going to play the show. And Greg from Stuck was like, oh, I love the demos that, that Sims had put together. And so just honestly, right out the gate, even before I had met Greg through our correspondence about this show that I was booking for Stuck, he was like, hey, I run this label. Let me know if you ever want to put something out. And I really didn't know him. I honestly, I was actually put in touch with Stuck through my friends in a band called Glued from St. Louis, who are also, they put out an LP on Born Yesterday. So I was like, well, it seems like a nice guy. We've got mutual friends, and I just kind of was like, cool, thanks for the offer. We'll let you know down the line. Then the pandemic happened, and obviously that show got canceled. And so I never met Greg in person. And then we sat on our music for a long time because we had just started recording. I'm sure we'll tell more of the story later, but we had started recording. Lockdown happened. Did not get recording done until literally like the summer.
It was just drums and bass before the pandemic. I recorded at Sim's
Yeah.
house in like February 2020, and then
Yeah.
I was like, I'm done.
Yeah.
But it happened a long time.
Yeah. And so, to make a long story short, then finally, when we had recorded this music, we were all talking about labels that we would want to pitch it to, and we definitely sent it to some other labels. But all along, I was like, well, this offer might still stand, and so then we sent it to them, and they gave us an overwhelmingly positive
Bonus.
They were, they gave us a big bonus. No, they just were like immediately like, we are in love with this, and we were like, this is really cool, and so yeah.
I think you mentioned that y'all just started practicing recently again.
Yeah.
Maybe
We just started
10
practicing.
practices-ish?
Something like that, yeah.
7 to 10?
7 to 10.
And y'all
Yeah.
got a couple shows coming up already.
Yeah.
They'll be long
This
in the
was-
past by the time this episode comes out, but
Well, this was a
Hope
good.
you joined us.
yeah,
is a
how
good-
did those shows go?
Honestly, great.
Killed it.
Sold out.
Yeah.
Cops
Yeah.
came.
Yeah.
No.
Warner Brothers had offered.
We're
us
now on
5
Warner
deal.
Brothers, yeah.
Plus,
Hopefully, we're still alive.
Yeah.
Just saying.
yeah, I didn't really have a question with that. I was just logging. I don't know how is that, like, y'all recorded this tape, put it out, and it seems to have gotten a very good reception, from what I can tell. And now you're just starting to practice again to play shows, like, with our normal reception of things. That seems kind of abnormal. I don't know, how did that feel to y'all to see it like unfold like that? Like, just
The label did a lot of shit. Like, I've helped bands put stuff out, but never really delved into PR stuff. Or I guess you call it that. But
they were on
like
top
making
of it.
sure people hear it before everyone else does. And they were like, I was kind of mind blown.
Yeah.
That they like had the right contacts to.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, that was pretty astounding.
Yeah, we're born yesterday. They're kings.
Yeah.
And then it doesn't feel like anything yet because it's sort of like we're still poor and ugly. So.
And that's the thing too. It's like we don't even. I mean, I feel like we're confident in our ability also to play well in the practice space, but like we're not necessarily. We haven't had all that comes with playing live a million times. Yeah. And also the growth too. So yeah. So that's a little. I wouldn't call it like nerve-wracking really. I'm just excited to see how we get better, honestly, by playing live because it's so different.
And like a lot of people bought our tape, but like. We don't know that like that translates to like an actual live Philly show yet. So we'll see. I mean, hopefully the homies
It
come
did.
out.
People were going crazy.
That's
show.
Yeah.
All the tastemakers were there.
Yeah, I feel like the show is really the metric, you know what I mean? And like, I think it's super exciting that people are into the tape and that people have bought the tape, and that's all fantastic. I am definitely like, for me, at the end of the day, it's like I want people to come away from the show and be like, "Whoa, that was a good band." Like that's that's what I'm really focused on. Is like we put on an amazing live show and people, that's what it's about.
That's the next step.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or not even that. Like just like people are into it. Like that's like because oftentimes you can listen to a record and be like, "Wow, it's amazing," and then you see the band, it's like, ugh, whatever, man. Like,
I don't know. Sometimes I'm also like. It's nice to get a nice write-up, don't get me wrong, but I always think to myself, there are 1 million amazing bands that I personally feel before us deserve a nice write-up on whatever it is.
I disagree. Hard disagree. I think there's there's a lot of great bands. I'm a big fan of bands.
It feels like it's nice. It's nice.
But I'll take the write-ups, so just keep them coming and give write-ups to other good bands.
Hey, I was about to say, you give so many write-ups.
It's called socialism, all right? Fuckers.
ask y'all what you've been listening to lately. Either new releases or just in general, what have you been stuck on?
Well, I have been listening to the Michael Hurley album, Idacon Snock, which was just reissued, so I just bought a copy. Plug for Michael Hurley. So I just love him, and that record's really beautiful all the way through.
I saw that the Stucco label put out this Strawman Army like soundtrack, and bought that. I've yet to listen to it, but it reminded me to listen to the Strawman Army LP that got put out. And I'm so glad Deformity Lab sold out of it right away. Yeah, they're really awesome. How about you, phone guys?
I'm looking at my phone like right now. What I'm listening to.
I'm looking.
Give that a plug.
Oh yeah, plug your.
I'm looking at the.
Joe.
So I do an Instagram page that is all short music reviews of tapes that I listen to. So I can just tell you what I've been listening to as of lately, which is this band Credit Bureau on this label, Deluxe Bias from Wyoming. The band is from Wyoming. It's like people from this band Sex Crime. I also did a review of that Strawman Army tape. I did a review of this band Shitbots. That's really good, from Canada. And then this band Optic Nerve, who is from Australia. Also really cool, like dirgy punk, weird stuff.
Do you want to say the name of your?
Oh, it's called U2 is a Government Drone. It's the...
Highly recommend everyone check it out.
Yeah, it's just
some
short
underscores
reviews
in there.
of lots of tapes
Yeah, some
and
underscores.
vinyl. And
Yeah, lots of underscores.
Lots of underscores, yeah.
Not annoying net music reviews, like
Agreed.
funny,
Yeah.
to the point, good music reviews.
I disagree.
What are you listening to, Steve?
So I've been listening to I listen to a lot of music on my bike ride into work and then bike ride home. And lately I've been listening to a bunch of Minutemen, kind of like trying to like refigure out. I've listened to Minutemen before, but it's like I'm like really thinking about like those drum parts and like how all those songs work. And then additionally, like I've been listening to a bunch of Funkadelic, and recently discovered, probably in the last like month or so, which I maybe should have gotten turned on to this earlier, but like the first like 2 or 3 Mobb Deep records are insane. They're like
Yes.
Mobb Deep rules. But I just gotta say that right there.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. Do y'all have any last things you want to talk about or any last words?
Thank you for listening. And
Recording us.
yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you,
Yes, we
David.
And we think that Under the First Floor is
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Even though we're on the second floor right now.
Yes.
yeah.
Above the first floor.
Yeah, we're above the first floor.
Hell yeah. Moving on up.
Got the train in the background. That's our ride. We're out.
Our limo just got here. Where to go?
Awesome. Yeah, thanks, y'all. Thanks so much to Mesh for letting me come to their practice space and record them. If you'd like to hear more from them, you can check out their Bandcamp, meshphilly.bandcamp.com. You can also find them on Instagram at mesh_rockandroll. If you'd like to get in touch with me about the podcast, you can email underthefirstfloor@gmail.com. And you can find it on Instagram at underthefirstfloor and on Twitter at UTFF podcast. And you can also find old mixtapes on Bandcamp at underthefirstfloor.bandcamp.com. I still have a few copies of the Volume 2, and Volume 3 is coming before you know it. For the last couple of songs, I'm going to leave you with a couple tracks that have been reviewed on the great Instagram. U2 is a Government Drone, Sim's Instagram from Mesh. Definitely highly recommend you check it out if you're interested in finding new obscure punk tapes. It's been a great resource for me in the past year. The first song is going to come from Strawman Army, a song called Option Despair. It's from their record Age of Exile out on D4MT Labs Inc. They're a New York project. I know that label is involved with Kaleidoscope. I'm imagining there are some members of Kaleidoscope in this band. And yeah, check out Kaleidoscope if you haven't heard them. They're also amazing, as is Strawman Army. And the last song is from a band called Optic Nerve, a song called Crash. They're from Sydney, Australia, And this is from their record In a Fast Car Waving Goodbye, out on Urge Records. I hope you enjoy. Hope you have a good week. Stay safe, and we'll see you next time. Bye.
Black was more protected back in 1868. And only 6 years later, they were stolen by the state. Adding injury to injury, just 3 years from that date, the land switched hands again, sold to miners lying wait. The actions of the past often masquerades as fate. Driving west, a myth in full effect, and all that's left to show for it is scattered in the sand. For precious yellow metals, we blow holes within the land. Culture's decimation, turning people into things, and the history of South meant to take away the sting. Forget the euphemisms, let us call it what it is. A genocide well organized, lipstick on a pig. To stay your course is easy, but it hurts to be aware. Despairing at the option, cause the option's always there. People will do anything to ignore another's tears. The present moment smacks of men with fingers in their ears. A border is a dotted line, a manifest of fear. Settlements, a spray of wounds like buckshot on a deer. Vultures draw their circles wherever death is near. Driving west, a myth in full effect, and all that's left to show for it is scattered in the sand. For precious yellow metals, we blow holes within the land. Culture's decimation, turning people into things, and the history of South meant to take away the sting. Forget the euphemisms, let us call it what it is.